Hello, good morning. Let's stretch. The church bell started ringing, so it's 10 o'clock. We'll see who shows up. Last week! It's the last week. Oh, yeah. Just stretching side to side. I'm interlacing my hands behind my head and then pulling the elbows back. It's a little arch when it's opening up the chest. Yeah, the pecs, they get tight. The rounding of the back also, right? And they get tight, they pull you forward. So do a big stretch side to side. I'm fortunate to have a special guest here today. Oreo, come on. Thanks for showing. Kind of made my day. All right, I'm just gonna get going. So funny. All right, so let's just move the shoulders up and back and down. So it's a shoulder circle. I'm just doing 4 one way and 4 the other, and then reversing it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's give the right side of the neck a stretch. So your head's going into your left elbow, and it's just a little stretch, just a little encouragement. That's all. Easy peasy. And come back to center, and then head into the other elbow. And stretch. Stretching, breathing into the neck and into the traps, the muscles on top of the shoulder girdle. And come back. And then let's do the neck roll. So go to the front. So chin to chest, stretching out your upper back. And then do a big circle. For 4, yeah, 3, 2, 1, and finish. Chin to chest, reverse it to the left for 4, working out the muscles right through the neck, top of the shoulder girdle, the clavicle, right, the scapula, those arm bones hanging from the shoulder girdle. All right, come back to center. Let's stretch up and over to the side. So reach up, and you've got your right arm out and stretch. Pull your pinky finger around, like so you're spiraling, and then pull the shoulder into the back and breathe in and out. And pour yourself back to center and switch, right? So I'm I guess internally rotating that pinky finger and stretching, right? From the hip, so the energy's reaching long, spiraling out of the hip. Just breathe in. And pour yourself back to center, and then go ahead and hold on to the right knee and lift up and breathe into your ribs, into your back. Head goes with you. Good. And then this hand is going to go back on the diagonal and do another side stretch here. So just a little different. So just that back diagonal. And then bring this hand to the knee. Come forward, cross the arms, right? And then we're going to bind. So if you can, clasp or palm to palm. And there's a little twist. And you're pushing the elbows in towards each other. And I'm just going up and down a little bit to get those shoulder blades moving. So you're stretching, again, the muscles in between the shoulder blades. There's a lot going on back there, right, in your back. It's behind you, so you can't really see it, but yeah, you gotta take care of it. All right, so same thing, other side. Twist, left arm, or right arm, left knee. Breathe. Think of the rib cage spiraling upward. Good. And then reach out on that back diagonal and take that stretch. Did I miss a stretch maybe? Oh, it's hard to keep track. Good. And then cross it over, sweep this arm around so you have that X. Right arm's underneath. You can grab palm to palm. Just go up and down. Take those shoulder blades up. If you have a tricky shoulder, right, you might feel it a little bit more. Sometimes I'll go side to side, not much, just a little bit, not so much. Good, and then open that up, and then let's do forehead to knee, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. So belly breathe in and out, in and out, in, right? Breathe into that chunk, right back into that left side of your back. And roll back up, unwind. And again, forehead to knee. Breathe into that right chunk, into the belly, into the ribs. Exhale. In. And make sure all the air goes out. Last one, in and out. And come back up. And then we're going to go around the world, right? So we'll go up and over to the right. Now spiral forehead to knee. You're reaching out on that diagonal. Come through this front space, through the diagonal space. Find the side space and come back up. And we'll do that 3 more times. Hey, why not? Stretch and stretch through the front. Side up. 2 more. Stretch and stretch. You're opening up your hips too, yeah? Especially when you go forward. Boom. Healthy hips, open hips means healthy knees. Okie doke, we're reversing it. Tip up and over, stretch, and reach, and forward reach, and come back. 3 more, stretch, and reach, forward, and lift up. We got 2 more, stretch, stretch, right? Smooth it out. Smooth out all those points. Last one. So we're working the spine, the ribs, three-dimensionally. All right, good. Feet go out in front. Cross your right ankle over the left knee, and then just push forward. So it's your figure four stretch, right? Except for we're not lying down, and we're just opening up that right hip. So you're just moving it around. Just give it a little bit of a stretch. Sometimes you can't lie down and stretch. Switch legs, cross it over, bring your hips towards the heel, and just moving it around a little bit. I've got both cats here. Hold on, keep going. I should let some out. Go ahead and get out. Go ahead, kitties. I don't want there to be a cat fight. All right, good. So let's stack the legs back up, and if you can, go for this, right? Foot on top of knee, knee on top of foot, or you can go here, and we're just gonna relax and stretch forward. So we'll do both sides. So we'll cross and recross. So we're gonna do 6 breaths. So stay here, inhale, long back. Exhale. Inhale. We're opening up the hips. So those femur bones sit in the hips. And we're just going to try to get them to relax. Now, 3 breaths, folding forward. And then roll back up. And then, right, if you need to recross, go for it. Otherwise, soles of the feet together. Same thing. Flat back over. Big inhale. Right, breathe into your belly and fill the upper chest too, right? So when you do this heavy, deep breathing, right, filling the belly, moving the diaphragm, you're working your immune system. Right, and we need that. All right, stretch forward. 3 breaths. Last one. All right, and come back to center, and then shake your legs out in front of you, and have your feet go wide, and then you're just going to press down into that internal rotation, right? This is my right hip, and it's kind of tender there. Oh, left hip feels fine, right? So just see what's happening in the hips, moving it from side to side, and just kind of, you can keep going with that. Another option would be to be here. So if you're enjoying, right, of course you want to be careful of your knee. But so this is a modification. All right. Good. So let's do, we're going to take some time with the strap to stretch out the backs and legs, and then we'll do some shoulder openers. So, right, if you need the strap, go for it. Otherwise, you can just reach up. Left leg can be bent or straight. I've got my right leg. Flex and bend. Really fold that femur bone in towards your chest and stretch it up towards the ceiling. And again, flex and bend. So flexing in the hip joint, knee, and stretch it up. We'll do one more. Flex and bend. And stretch it up, and you stay where you're at. Just open your leg up to the side, stretch, and soft knee across the body. 2 more. Open it up and stretch, and soften. Last one. Stretch it. Feel that inner thigh. All right, now you're going to make a little shelf for your knee. Just hold that leg out there, bend it, let it relax in the hip socket and stretch it. Relax it and stretch it. Last one. And stretch it and do 4 circles with that right foot. Say hello to your foot. Big circles. Get all the cracks and snaps out. All right, we're going to do a gentle twist here. So bend your left knee and move your hips a little bit to the right, and then let the leg fall over to the side. Now, we're trying to keep this shoulder down, and then just breathe into the ribs. Breathe into the hip. All right, and then bring it back to center, however gracefully. Good, and then just move your hips around. We're doing the other leg. So, left leg, this is my left leg. All right, it needs some work. So, pull it in, give it a stretch, extend it up. Wherever you want to hold on, right? Flex and bend, we're just waking it up. There's nerves, there's muscles. One more. Flex and bend. And stretch it up. All right, let's go into the side. Open it up. Inner thigh. And outer hip. And again, stretch. This arm is counterbalancing. And center. Try to glue your right hip down. I've got company here. Hello. Come back across, soft knee. Now make your table for your knee, right? And then just let it bend in and stretch it up. Relax that bone down into your hip. One more. And then circle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to have the leg cross over. So maybe move your hips a little bit to the left. And then once that left leg goes down, work your left shoulder in the opposite direction. Breathe into your ribs. Breathe into your back. Now, to come back to center, you can just sweep your leg, right? Just sweep your leg. That's probably easier. Try not to hit the cat. All right. Take your legs up and shake them out. And then let's do the happy baby. So you're just going to go here and pull both legs down. You can go outside to the outside arch. You can wrap around. Okay? And it's pretty intense, so just breathe in and out. That's all. In to the belly and out. 2 more. Last one. Good. And then bring it back together slowly. Feet go down. Let's do one leg at a time. So you're here now, or here. This left leg can stay bent or straight. Maybe that left hip moves a little bit, but try to get the right knee towards your shoulder. Yeah, so it's the one-legged one. Breathe into the hip the inner thigh muscles, your groin. Let it release. Think of the bony structure, right? You just send your breath there. All right, and gracefully switch sides. So we've got that other leg. And so my right hip, like I actually feel it more as a stretch in the front of my right hip. So, you know, play around with like what are both sides of the body feeling like. And again, you're just getting that femur bone down towards the shoulder. It can be however. And breathe. All right, and then bring it back to center, and then we'll even ourselves out with one more happy baby. So breathe into your sacrum. Your sacrum fits right into your pelvis, and then those femur bones are in there, and try to find some space. Space in the body. All right, bring your legs back to center, and we're going to windshield wiper them. So take them wide, and then again, this is kind of what we did seated earlier. Internal rotation, side to side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Now, the right foot is going to cross over the left knee and pull that left knee down. Take your time. This left arm is reaching in opposition. All right, and then bring it back to center. The right foot goes wide. Cross it over. Bring it on down. And stretch. Internal rotation. Breathe through the whole rib cage into the shoulder. Let go. Breathing in and out. That's all. Come back to center. All right, and then let's do a few of the bridge. Okay, so let's do pelvic rock first. So press your back down. So tuck your tailbone under and you're rounding your lower back, and then do a little arch. And then tuck it under. Little arch. Tuck. And cat's going crazy. And all right, now if you can, you're going to grab your ankles or try to get your heels and your fingertips close together. And we're going to bridge up 3 times. Articulate all the way up. You can tuck your shoulders under, lengthen through the front of the hips, strengthen your back. Open up the ribs and roll down, 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 down. And again, lift it. Stretch, 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 strengthen. Roll it down, down, down. Good. One more. Lift it up. All the way up, 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 up. And come down. All right. Rock on up. Let's roll like a ball for a few, right? So rock back and up. So easy, like this biggest ball, lots of flow. 2 more. Last one. So let's give the right tricep a stretch. So reach behind you and grab the elbow. Tap your back. Right. Tap, tap, tap. And just stretch. Stretch. Right, we need all that length in our triceps. And then switch and other side. Just encourage those fingers to go down your back. All right, and come back to center. So we're going to lie down. We're going to do our cactus arms to open up our chest, and then we're going to start twisting and do the shoulder clock. And then we'll see where we end up. So let's do, you're lying down flat. Bend your knees so your feet are flat. Bend your elbows in by your ribs. Now the challenge is not getting ribby here, right? So anchor your back and your arms reach in opposition. Slide your wrists straight behind you and stretch. And then bend it in. And again. Slide your wrists, stretch, and bend it in. One more, wrists. Open up your chest real wide and in. Now we've got elbows. Elbows. Smear them into the mat. Stretch it. Bend it in. Yes, and again. Stretch it and bend it in. Last one. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. All right. Now for the shoulder clock, the setup is bottom arm, top knee, head down. So if you have a tight neck, right, you can have a pillow. Now, take your top arm and reach it forward in space. So how is that happening? That's that shoulder blade gliding forward. All right, now make the biggest circle that you can. Your hips are stacked up. Don't let this knee come off the bottom knee. Now take your head with you. Stretch. Okay, it's luscious. We got 3 more. Reach it forward. Open up and stretch. And 2. Last one. Reach it forward to finish. Now reverse it. When you do that, you want to flip your wrist right around your hip and lead with your thumb. Now, shoulder to the mat. Big stretch. Up and over. Yeah, and your head is just falling into the floor. Big stretch. Twisting. Opening up the shoulders. One more. It's feeling good today. Try to get that shoulder blade all the way down. Now we're going to finish reaching into the back space. Reach here for 3 breaths. In and exhale. Let the wrist fall. In and out. Last one. In and out. All right, now we've got the other side. I'm going to swivel around. Whatever you need to do to get to the other side. All right, so bottom arm, top knee. Slide that shoulder blade forward. Let your head fall into the floor. And then watch the clock, the hand. Right? So here, shoulder blade into the floor. Bottom arm, top knee. Big stretch. We got 2 more this way. Reach into the front space to reverse it. So here, when it gets down by your hip, flip your wrist so you have external rotation in the humerus so that you can really open up that shoulder. Yep. Up and over. So we're working the shoulder joint, so the clavicle, the scapula, the humerus. Yep, that whole structure, those are the bones. It's not a really stable structure. So there's a lot going on there, right? Ligaments, tendons, muscles, connective tissue, soft tissue. One more. So we've got that twist going too. Twist, reach and stay. Reach into the back space. In and out. In and out. Last one. All right, and then come on back to center. It's kind of tempting to just finish here, but let's keep going a little bit. All right, so let's do something relaxing. We'll just do a couple more things. We'll do the pigeon, and then we'll do something, we'll see where we're at. All right, so your hands are forward. Your knee goes just outside the wrist, right? And then let's stay here and lift up. Your heels coming towards your hip. Let's just stay here. So we're opening up the front of the hip now. Square your hips off. We'll stay here for a little bit, right? So the idea is that for the hip opener, that you're trying to, like, think of it as compression. You're trying to extract, right, toxins from the hip joint. So as you put your weight over that front leg, there's that compression. And you can prop up. If you can, just relax. You can always open up that. Right? Traction out. And we're just going to stay here like for 10 breaths. Okay? So keep breathing deeply. That's the whole point. We're halfway there. Two more breaths. And then walk yourself back up and give yourself this big stretch again, right? So energy flowing back. This could be the end of the line for you, if you can, right? So this might be enough stretch. You could always reach back. So that would be interesting, right? And you could always deepen it if you could tuck your foot into the elbow. Now, if you've already, gone running or something, then you might be really warm. I'm kind of cold, so I'm just taking it easy there. All right. Come on out of it. Right, so now we're allowing like energy to go back into the hip and the knee and the leg, right? So maybe you can feel that. All right, let's switch sides. So again, knee towards the wrist. This would be easier. You could always change that angle. And let's get the stretch up first through the front of the hip. You're just breathing in and out through the nose. That would be ideal, unless it's all stuffed up. And then traction out a little bit, so be gentle. Just take 2 more breaths getting where you need to be in that hip so that you can relax forward. You could always prop up if this is enough. Otherwise, like, enjoy it. You've got 10 breaths here. You're halfway there. Last breath. And then walk yourself back up in a long way, right? And feel that arc. Up and then back. Open up the front of the hip. This might be the end of the line for you, but if you want to reach back, it's also a shoulder opener. So dancer types or, gymnasts or ice skaters might be able to reach back and grab their foot with both hands, but right, this is just the basic version of it. It's kind of like doing half a back bend. We just back bend it on each side. All right, gently come out of it and then do what you need to do to come back to center. Take both legs out in front of you and just shake them out, right? So now the energy is going back through the joints. Let's do right leg back, square yourself off. If you can wrap or grab a pant leg, something. But the idea is that you're going to traction out forward, right? We'll do 3 breaths. So keep lifting your sternum, pressing into that front space. You can flex or point. And then relax over the leg. 3 more breaths. Last one. Come back up, roll it up, and then extend both legs. See how you feel? Yeah, need to do the other side. You're pushing this foot into your inner thigh, square yourself off, stretch, traction forward. So long back of the neck, sternum is lifted. You are belly breathing. And then exhale, just 3 breaths. Forehead to the inside of the knee. And come back up. You can go up with a flat back or roll up. All right, now both legs forward, feeling good. And stretch forward. So yogis, you can do your grip or you can go around, arches, whatever. 3 breaths. Inhale, chest lifted. Exhale. Little smile. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. and then fold forward. In and out belly. And come back up. Nicely done. Okay, we're just going to do a few more things. We're going to end in about 5 minutes. So I've been doing this little warrior hero pose. So if you have issues with your toes, right, you can always shift your weight forward. You can also tuck the toes under. If it's too much, keep your weight forward. But it's an intense stretch. So do what you can do. And again, just sitting in this position is lengthening the front of the thighs. So yeah, some people can't do that. Like they have a foot thing, or this is just so tight, right? So we need to open up the front of the body, or it's going to pull us forward and we're going to look really old. So let's stay young. Let's do the down dog. So hands are wide. Sit your hips back towards your toes. They're tucked under. And straighten your legs. Stay here for 5 breaths. You can shift from side to side. You can walk the dog. Right? Externally rotate your humerus bones and have your elbows turn forward. Yeah. All right, and lift your toes up and go ahead and sit back. Good. And we're going to do that again. So best just to rest, to get out of it a little bit. So we're going to go to down dog, and then we're going to lift the right leg and stack the hips. Woo! It's going to be so good. So tuck your toes under, straighten your legs, lift your right leg up. Yeah, sure, it's a huge stretch for the left leg. Bend it, and then twist. Stay where you're at. Don't move. All right. Lift the leg, open the hip, but I'm still gluing down this same arm, and then just let that leg fall back. Breathe into your ribs. And then square your hips back off. Come on out of it. We'll rest in between each side. So now opposite leg, my left leg. Straighten your legs. Take that left leg up. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Breathe into the front of the left hip. Come back to center, square yourself off. All right, now shift your weight onto the balls of your feet, and we're just going to bend and stretch 3 times. So reach your heels towards the floor, and exhale. Stretch them. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Stay. So bring one hand to the center. That same leg will bend and twist. If you need a block or something, you could be here. You can bend your knees as you come through center. Straighten that leg, the leg that you're twisting into, straighten. And again. Do that 2 more sets. Stretch the same leg as that arm reaches up. Bend. And stretch. Bend. And stretch. Last one. All right, come back to center. Clasp your elbows. Your chest is just resting on your thighs. They should be slightly bent and just bounce a little. And we're rolling up. Bend the knees. Roll all the way up and stretch. Right? So last thing we're going to do, cross the leg behind, and we're just doing a big side stretch. So I'm clasping and reaching. So energy all the way up. And come back to center. So clasp the other one behind. And if you don't lose your balance, right? If you need to stand on two legs, go for it. Keep breathing and stretching. And then I got you standing, so you are ready to continue on with your day. That was pretty good, 45 minutes of stretch. And we are going to do that again on Thursday. We'll do, we'll see where we are. So let me know if you have any questions about anything. It's been fun. It's the last week. Tomorrow we're doing Pilates, and then there's some things happening out there in the world that hopefully we can partake in, and we'll just keep going. All right, everybody, have a good day.